So this is take 2 to try this thing, so...
Yeah.
So greetings. Back here again with another edition of EDHRandomizer with the good sir here, if you'd like to reintroduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Connor. I run the YouTube channel Manasplained. I'm building every commander ever in order, and my channel will be down in the description.
Yes, it will. And, okay, so the rule we're going to set this time, similar as usual. I'll just pop it on the screen. I'm not going to talk about it. The one rule I'm adding is that we're going to try for a multicolored commander instead of just monocolored, because as I said in the Nadar video, I can only talk about Cage Sun so much. So we'll click this and see what we get until we get to... Oh, wow, look at that. 2 times in a row. We got on the first try, and we got an Azorius commander.
Again, oh my gosh.
That's funny. But, I don't know, I've never actually seen this one. So we got... gulp. We got Boromir, Gondor's Hope. We got, so for 2 white and a blue, we got a 3/4 human warrior, a la Lord of the Rings. Whenever Boromir, Gondor's Hope enters a battlefield or attacks, another one of these, like at top 6 cards of your library, you may reveal a human or artifact card from among them, put them in your hand, and put the rest on the bottom. Huh.
Do you want to make this humans, artifacts, or a little bit of both?
I think both. I think we could do humans with artifacts that benefit humans. So like some of the type of artifacts and stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to make this an aggressive deck.
Yes, absolutely. It's another ETB, excuse me, another ETB and attack similar to Nadar was. So we're definitely going to want that kind of stuff. So, Boromir. That's interesting. I've only ever actually seen the monocolored Boromir, so...
Yeah, the stacks piece.
The good one.
Yeah.
Paste in list. Alright, so we'll obviously do our start here because he is a 4-drop. We're going to want at least a little bit of ramp at least.
And then Azorius Signet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Azorius Signet, and it was Talisman...
of Progress.
Progress, okay.
Mind Stone.
Yeah. Thought Vessel. Yeah, especially because we're putting things in our hand. I definitely think we want those ones. Thought Vessel, Decanter.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Do you want the diamonds or no? Because we play them on turn 2. I know they're tapped, but we'll play them on turn 2. Turn 3, we play our commander. I think running both diamonds is more than acceptable here.
We'll add
I know
them.
You don't like them, but they're good for turbo or commander.
We'll add them for now and then see where we stand afterwards. Because yeah, I like the diamonds in monocolored decks. I don't feel that they fix the mana enough in anything more than one color. But we'll try it and see where we sit.
We should run the artifact lands because we can draw them with Boromir.
Yes. So we got Seat of the Synod and
Ancient Den.
Is it Ancient Den? Do we want the Modern Horizons ones too?
Yes, I cannot think of the name right now.
Oh crap.
I'll find it.
Something Ridge.
Razortide.
Is it
Razortide Bridge?
Okay, good.
Gold whatever is the red white one.
Right. Razortide Bridge. Darksteel Citadel. Is always good. Let's see. Human or artifact from among them. So,
I'm going to look at Azorius humans, just the entire subtype, just to see what they have.
I think there's... Ooh, actually, you know what? There's a lot in the old Innistrad, and there's one that I've always wanted to try, but I can never find a use for him. And now... Oh, crap. Now it's going to bother me.
Both Faromirs would be good here.
Yeah. There's a good amount of blue humans that work. Helpful, Google. Show me the actual cards. Thank you. I don't think Feed Hunter. There's crap. And I used to run mono white humans, but so many of these cards have escaped me. Thalia's Lieutenant's really good, and so is Champion of the Parish.
Yeah.
Come on. I got too many tabs happening here. Thalia's Lieutenant. Champion of the Parish.
So we got Faramir, Steward of Gondor, and Faramir, Prince of Ilithian.
Comma.
Yeah.
So we want just 2 or all 3 of them?
Well, I didn't see the third one because I was just looking at the commanders. But what does that one do?
Faramir Field Commander. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. When the ring tempts you, if you chose a creature other than Faramir, you get a human token. I don't know I don't know how much ring bearing we're running.
Don't like throwing in outside the game weird effects like ring bear or initiative unless we're building the deck around it. So I don't want to run anything like Nightbound, Daybound, any of that stuff.
No, don't even bring that into the...
both other Faramirs though
they're good.
Yeah. Brago, King Eternal. I know it's not a human, but when it deals combat damage to a player, we can blink stuff.
Oh, Brago, yeah. That is Brago King Eternal. I thought, for some reason, my brain thought Brimaz.
Folk Hero is the background that when we cast a spell that shares the creature type with our commander, we draw a card.
What was that again?
Folk Hero.
No, what was the enchantment? Oh, Folk Hero. I thought you said Okira. There's
Grand Arbiter Augustine the Fourth. I know you like degenerate cards.
Not that kind. Augustine, Ivy, because it makes me feel like I should be connected one whenever I play against them.
Do we want humans with adventures on them because we draw them? They don't go to the battlefield, so then we could get some extra advantage out of them that way.
I think so. Isn't there one that's like Giant Killer or something? Giant Killer, human peasant, destroy target creature, power 4 or greater for 3, and then you can pay 1 in white, tap him to tap target creature. He's a 1-drop, but his adventure side's a 3.
Yeah. I'd be happy with Giant Killer.
Yeah. God, okay, before we continue, I need to find that blue human that I was thinking of, because it's one that he has a tap ability. Whenever another human enters the battlefield you control, you untap him, and then you can do his thing again. I just went through my collection, and I like tucked him aside too.
So he's a human that untaps?
Yes. Yeah, he untaps whenever another human comes in. There was a lot of like underrated blue humans from Innistrad.
While I've been looking for them, Devout Tap Lane, tap it to tap 2 untapped humans you control, exile target artifact or enchantment.
Yes, I run that in my banding deck. Oh, this is annoying. There it is, Captain of the Mists. Tap a white and a blue in him, tap or untap target permanent. Whenever another human enters the battlefield, untap him. So he can like double up at another tap ability, or he can put some control on the field.
We also want Maze of Ith, Access Tunnel, Rogue's Passage, and Whisper Silk Cloak. Maze of Ith because we can attack with our commander, get the attack trigger, and then Maze of Ith it, so it doesn't have to worry about actually connecting in combat.
Access Tunnel, and then Whisper Silk Cloak. Yeah, because we're not really going to be targeting. We're not really going to be targeting with anything, and I don't want to build another blank strategy because it is an ETB, but it's also attack. So I think focusing more on the attack.
Arcade Ganon, Fallout card, legendary creature, human, doctor. Draw a card, discard a card, put a quest counter on them. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an artifact or human spell from your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the number of quest counters on them.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's artifacts and humans.
Absolutely is. From your graveyard. Draw a card, discard a card, put a quest counter. Yeah, I think that's... okay.
We have to be... Mass Appeal to sorcery for 3 mana. Draw a card for each human you control.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I ran. Because I ran...
Did you put Champion of the Parish in here?
Yes, I did.
Good.
Because I used to run... Yeah, I ran mono white humans. What's the universe's within version of Rick?
I have no idea.
Is he actually...
I have no idea.
Is he actually called Rick Grimes in this? No. MTG Rick Grimes. Yeah, so there's... Oh, there it is. It is Graymond Avison Stewart. As he enters the battlefield, choose 2 abilities from among First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Humans you control have each of the chosen abilities. As long as you control 4 or more humans, they get a +2/+2 Anthem.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We can also run Horn of Gondor, just double our humans.
Yeah. Okay, before I continue, I didn't actually look at how much Greymond is price-wise. I don't think he's that expensive. Oh!
Holy crap! Never mind.
That's... Oof. Yeah, that's a little... That's a little silly. There's another mono white Innistrad human that when it enters a battlefield, you choose a creature type, and humans you control have protection from that creature type. Aw, man.
Luminarch Aspirant.
Is it what it's called?
Well, no, that's just a different human that's really good.
Oh. Let's see.
Remember, it was running standard for a while.
I wasn't part of that standard, so nope. But I'll let that.
Because it got reprinted into Zendikar Rising, or no, it first came out in Zendikar Rising, and yeah, it was the white weenie deck in standard was very good.
Oh, I believe it. Humans you control gain protection. That should give me what I need. No. I mean, we could run the runes, the Giver and Mother.
Yeah, sure.
Mama runes and Giver runes.
Knight of the White Orchid is a human.
Yes, he is.
And what's the 4-mana one that does it on everybody's end step? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do. Fuck. I do know what you're talking about. His name's not going to come to me. I don't actively think of that card. I think...
Keeper of the Accord.
That's it? Okay. I think Stax Boromir is good, too.
Yep.
Boromir. Blah of the Blah. Warden Tower. What was it called again?
The Keeper of the Accord.
Okay.
Yeah, the beginning of each opponent's end step, if the player controls more creatures than us, we make a 1/1, and then if they control more lands than us, we get to fetch.
Ooh,
for, basic planes.
Ooh, Bastion Protector. Commander creatures you control get +2/+2
Yeah,
and indestructible.
Council of Four is a human.
It is. It
Archetype
sure
of
is.
Imagination's a human. That's so gross.
Bastion Protector.
Oh, I hate that. Why is it a human?
Council of Four. Archetype of what again? Imagination.
Imagination.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's the flyer one.
We have flying. They don't have flying.
Yeah.
Okay. The white one is terrible. We have first strike.
Yeah.
Opponents lose first strike. It's also a human, which is funny, but why is it that? Oh,
right.
Because we have a white deck again. What's it called? True Conviction or whatever. Double strike. Yeah, lifelink.
We can, yeah.
I just love that card.
It's a white Combat Matters deck. Minas Tirith. And a land that we actually forgot for Nadar that is technically a plains is Idyllic Grange.
Oh. Harbin, Vanguard, Aviator. 2 for 3/2 flying when you attack with 5 or more soldiers. Oh, never mind. Soldiers, not humans. My bad.
True. Oh yeah, that was the last deck. However, oh no, because what was he called again? Athelion or whatever. He made
Pippin, Guard of the Citadel, can give our commander protection from creatures, so it gives it free combats.
What was that called again?
Pippin. I mean, it's not a
Pippin.
human, but it can give our commander protection from creatures.
Yeah.
Mangara the Diplomat.
True.
The one that draws cards and stuff.
How much does that one cost?
It's $3.
Is it? Because that's a pretty...
It dropped in price a lot.
Good.
It used to be like 10 plus bucks, but yeah,
Good.
not anymore.
This is not worth it.
Do we want the Soul Sisters?
I was debating that.
I mean, they're cheap 1-mana humans.
Are they humans? Then yeah.
Yeah.
Soul Warden and Soul's Attendant.
Palace Jailer.
Yep.
Might not be bad.
Okay.
Oh, it's $20. I was gonna say Sarah Ascendant. Sarah Ascendant's $20.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Okay, I need to... Oh, fuck. Okay, White Innistrad humans. Because I need to remember that one that gives protection from a creature type. I'll get to you, Adeline. You will not be part of this. Raven Inspector is a cheap 1-drop that gets you a clue token.
There's two of them. There's another inspector.
Yeah, it's a newer one, isn't it?
There's one, yeah, from Murders at Karlov Manor. Something inspector. What is it?
Do we
novice inspector?
Novice inspector. Okay. Do we want?
Yeah.
Do we want Mentor of the Meek?
I don't like it.
Okay.
Where our commander's already drawing enough cards. I don't like the paying the mana for it, and I also don't think we should be playing that many small creatures. We should be playing big stuff because we only get one of the 6 cards we reveal, right? So they should be big, high-value things.
Before I forget to, Adeline, Resplendent Cathar.
Yes. Savine's Reclamation.
I think running...
Just a good white card.
Odric Lunar Marshal to give all of our stuff keywords.
Yeah, do you want me to just run through a bunch of removal right quick?
I'm still trying to find the card that I was thinking of, and it's not coming to me. There it is, Riders of Gavany. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Human creatures you control have protection from it. There we go.
Interesting.
Riders of Gavany. Okay. Now that the removal, we'll do our usuals. I'm listening.
Is it a human? Yeah, so one second, let me find the removal. Path to Exile.
Yep. Path to Exile.
Plowshares.
Stroke of Midnight.
Yes. Generous Gift.
And we have the blue removal too, so we can do
Pongify, Rapid Hybridization. Raven Form. Dismantling Wave.
I like filter out the 3-drop, bounce all things that aren't creatures.
Yep. Be good here. Resculpt and Snap.
And even though it's not a human, I do like Guardian of Faith as protection.
Yep.
Resculpt, Snap, Frantic Search. Yeah, we'll run Brainstorm.
Do we want to run like Cloud Shift, Ephemerate, Essence Flux, all that? Yeah, so
I think so.
So Ephemerate probably be one of the best ones.
Yeah, just because of the rebound. Fuck off.
Yep.
Well, we're not running Flicker as a main ability, but we could still at least run Teleportation Circle.
There's a human that flickers, OG, the Exquisite Blade. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, scry 2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, exile to 1 target creature you control, then return to the battlefield.
Huh.
Yeah, OJI.
I've never heard of that. Oh, yes, okay, I played against that card.
Do we want Teleportation Circle?
I added it.
Closet? Okay.
I added Teleportation. Yeah, we're not running like Flicker as a main effect, but we can at least run that in case we want it. Okay.
I know it's not a human, but can we run Soul Herder? It's like my favorite Azorius card.
For when something leaves the battlefield, right?
It's
yes. Yeah, whenever a creature leaves the battlefield, whenever a creature's exiled from the battlefield,
they get to 1/1 counter, and then it's a 3-mana Teleportation Circle.
You may
they get on a huge body.
Okay.
I know it's not a human. We don't have to run. It's just my favorite Azorius card.
We need to focus on artifacts because that is part of this. Okay, let's see what EDHRec has so far, because I do like a lot of the Lord of the Rings humans.
We can run Swifties, Greaves, Vanquisher's Banner.
Losternak, whatever, Captain. When it or another human enters a blah blah blah, you tap a creature to gain your upkeep, you get a free human.
Seems good.
I like that.
We also want Wayfarer's Bauble.
Yeah. Come on. Okay. Fuck off. Bauble, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds.
Yeah. Metamorphic Expanse. Escape Tunnel.
Yeah.
Did you put the Greaves and the Boots in?
I have not yet.
Okay.
Because we
Vank Banner as well, because we're casting human spells. Do we want the suite of like Biden of Thassa, the Indomitable? Do we want a bunch of stuff like that?
What's his thing? Attacks. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck, reveal a human or I don't really want to draw too much simply because he likes to look through the deck for stuff, so I definitely would rather things that can scry or manipulate the order of your deck.
So let's do Oketra's Monument, because we're casting a bunch of creature spells.
Right, and Kefnet's Monument.
It taps stuff down. I don't think it's...
But it still reduces your cost. That's the important part. Things, I think, what does Old Thassa do again? It scries, right?
Oh, Reflections of Littjara. Oh my god, Reflections of Littjara.
Yeah.
Old Thassa scries one. It's not very good.
Well, I think I want something that scries.
Oh my god, something puzzle box.
Teferi's puzzle box?
No, puzzle wand or something. There's it's a Baldur's Gate or like a D&D card. Puzzle wand, puzzle ward or whatever. There it is.
Which one?
Down to your right, in the middle. That one.
Netheri's puzzle ward.
Oh, it's an enchantment. Damn it! I thought it was an artifact. All right. The temporal anchor though. The temporal anchor is an artifact that scries.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Because we can also cast the stuff from exile.
Only on our turn
though.
Yeah, only on our turn though.
It's still really good.
It is.
Like, it's still really, really good.
Because I did run it in my Hakim deck, and then I took it out because I was like, okay, I run a lot of instants in this, and that's not good. So.
I know it's scries, and you can cast the scry card.
Yeah, it exiles them out of your deck. And it's a 6-drop. Whenever you choose. Anchor. Oh, it's only when you choose to put a card to the bottom.
Yeah.
So if you keep it on top.
Scry too. Yeah, and whenever you put one or more cards to the bottom of your library while scrying, exile them any cards. You may play cards during your turn. I think that's great.
Yeah. No, I don't hate it. Let's see. What do we got? Type line. Where would I enter scry? Not flavor text, not preferences.
I know it's...
I'll just add it here.
Do we want Kindred Discovery? Nah.
No, I don't want to.
I do want Reflections of Littjara, though. That's going to be nuts.
Yeah. Oh, Arwen's Gift. It costs 1 less if we control 2 or more legendary creatures, which isn't going to be a problem. You scry 2, then draw 2. They're Attentive Sun Scry. When it becomes tapped, scry 1, but it's a gnome. It's an artifact, but it's a gnome.
Do we want Elspeth Sun's Champion?
That's never a bad idea.
Yeah, it's just a good, really good. It's just a really good planeswalker.
Yeah, and we don't have that much that exceeds the 4 CMC. The Cavaliers are all elementals. There's Charming Prince.
Yeah, that's just good ETB. Oh, we didn't put in Command Tower yet, did we?
No, we did not. Command Tower, Glacial Fortress, Port Town, Azorius Chancery.
Yeah, Guildless Commons, Path of Ancestry.
Yeah, the Path. And actually, Hollowed Fountain really isn't that expensive. It's like $12.
Do we want Secluded Courtyard?
Maybe. Cast a chosen type. We can, yeah. Yeah, the tribal decks are good, so we can
colorless for the artifacts, colored mana for the human.
We could run that. We could run Unclaimed Territory. Okay. Type in Hollowed Fountain because I think it's probably one of the cheapest shock lands. Yeah, it's like $10. We can run Hollowed Fountain.
Mystic Gate and Skycloud Expanse.
Sure.
I love those cards so much.
I said Guildless Commons. Do we want to run some of the artifacts like reduce? God damn it, I can't word. The cost reducing artifacts like Foundry Inspector.
I was just supposed to say Semblance Anvil. I think we're going to be drawing enough humans that we can exile a creature with it and make the humans cheaper. I don't know. We'll see what the mana values look like, but I don't think Semblance Anvil is going to be a bad idea. But I don't know how heavily we're going to be leaning into the artifact side of things.
I think it should be balanced. I think Joyra's Familiar is at least worth it because it's both let's see. How much historic synergy do we have in Azorius? I don't think much. There's Artificer's... Oh! Artificer's Assistant. Whenever you cast a historic spell, scry 1. It's a bird, but it's scrying.
I'm gonna look up artifacts that scry every turn. See if there's stuff beyond just it's just temporal anchor. Wow. Okay.
That's
dumb.
lame. Oh, Wrath Capuchin, flash flying. You may cast historic spells as though they had flash, so you can flash in your commander, and you can flash in artifacts. I think that's worth it. Wrath Capuchin. Yeah, ship's mage. Okay. Tashar. Whenever you cast a historic spell, you return a creature with CMC 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No. Again, not a human, but whatever. I think we're going to be making enough that we can give some extra support.
Hanover Militia Captain, it's a human that transforms into a human that makes more humans. Defiler of Faith is a human.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Defiler of Faith is a Phyrexian human.
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
game.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, I think Artificer's Assistant could be decent. It's a 1/1 bird that
Do we
can
want
scry.
board protection, like Unbreakable Formation?
I think so, yeah. I think that's a good idea. There's not much of mono blue that can protect the board. In terms of board wipe, time wipe could be good. You bounce something to your hand and then you wipe the board.
Fair enough.
So I think that would be worth it.
The spirit. The spirit.
There's all. I have a love-hate relationship with single combat. It's so weird.
Well, my friend has an Atraxa deck, and he plays it,
Of course he does.
and then I get upset. So.
Cast creature. Yeah, I played this the one game I was playing with my Guafa deck, and I had If suspended, and on his last counter, and when I got back to my turn, the last counter was off, and I couldn't cast him, and I was really upset because I didn't even consider that.
Oh yeah, but Hero of Bladehold and
Yeah.
Silverwing Squadron.
I love the Hero Bladehold. Squadron. Okay, let's see where we're at.
No, we keep adding cards. We don't stop.
Well, part of it is I need to fix a lot of shit.
We don't need any real card draw because our commander is drawing us the cards we want, and we also have artifact lands. So whenever we need lands, our commander could grab those as well, which I really love that tech that you can do there. That's very cool. Temporal Anchor, hilarious.
I feel like we're lacking in protection. We don't have a lot.
If you want more protection, we can. I mean, we do have both Mother Runes, Giver Runes. We have Unbreakable Formation. Do you want the Flawless Maneuver? The zero mana.
Yeah.
It's like $10.
Yeah, it's not
very good.
It's not expensive at all. I run it
for what it does.
No,
it's very good.
I run it into my Skrelv deck because it's cheap.
It's very good. Skrelv. Yeah, turn 1 or turn 0, whatever. Crazy.
Okay. I think.
Board wipes. We have 3 because we got Filter Out, Elspeth,
and Time Wipe. Which
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Filter Out and Elspeth miss a bunch of our stuff, which is important, especially our commander. Commander's a 3/4. Elspeth is perfect for that.
What's our highest? So we got 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, star.
Why were you thinking citywide bust?
No, I'm just looking at where our power's at. I don't.
Yeah, we're a little weenie.
I don't want to run citywide bus because Boromir is 4 toughness.
Or, yeah, and I think Citywide Bus might do. Yeah. Good point. Do we want to cut everything that isn't a human?
Yes and no. I like Guardian of Faith for the protection.
I'm down to cut everything that isn't a human and make that like a deck building restriction that we're just slapping on now, where every creature has to be a human. I like doing that kind of stuff. If you don't, that's fine. But
well, we can.
Everything that isn't a human currently is Teshar, Spark Double,
Guardian of Faith. Well, Spark Double becomes a human because of the copyright.
Yeah, but Mirror Hall Mimic would also be cut. Yeah, but I'm saying like creatures that we can't draw with our commander. Like I'm down to get rid of everything that isn't drawable with the commander.
Well,
so getting rid of every single creature that isn't a human on the card.
What if what if we ran Arcane Adaptation then? So we made everything a human.
It's also an enchantment, so it's likely to get shuffled away with Boromir.
Yeah, because I don't think there's any other effect like that in the game that isn't like Mycosynth Lattice.
Yeah, I love Arcane Adaptation, but it doesn't really work in this deck because we're more likely to shuffle it away with our commander than actually draw it.
Right.
So
I wish
I
wish the Knights at the Council of Four made counted as humans. That's so stupid.
I'm down to get rid of like Artificer's Assistant. Giver of Runes isn't a human, so we can get rid of that.
Is she not? Where'd she go?
No, she's a core.
Okay. We'll sideboard her.
Yeah. So sideboard, also Artificer's Assistant.
I see. The thing about that,
we're not running that many historic spells.
We're running artifacts. We're running plenty of artifacts.
Yeah, we have 20 art. We have less than a fifth of the deck is artifacts. So
we have 18 artifacts. We got Joyer's Familiar, and then we run. In terms of legendaries, we got Brago, we got Pippin, we got both Faramir's, we got Raff, we got Raff Capuchin, we've got the other Boromir, we got Mangara, we got Adeline, we got plenty. We got the Council of Four, like we've got
Fair enough.
Right, Arcade Ganon. So I'm gonna stick with the Artificer's Assistant for the Scry.
I just wanted to cut it because it's not a human.
There's also Odric. Yeah, there's a fuckload of legendaries in this, and Elspeth herself, and OG. Let's see.
Is Odric really good here?
What do we have for keywords?
I don't think we have much keyword soup in this deck, like at all.
Boromir doesn't have any. Raff has flying. Yeah,
there's not a lot.
We'll sideboard.
There's not a lot of keyword soup in this deck.
Yeah, we'll sideboard him. That's fine. He's just really helpful in some combat situations. But if we're running Archetype of Imagination, then everything will have flying anyway.
Yeah.
Dolly's Lieutenant will get bigger.
Yeah, I'm down to get rid of Teshar.
I like the Grave Recursion on it.
Yeah. I know. I just want to get rid of everything that isn't a human, but
I get it. I'm just trying to think of like.
Let's get rid of Brago, not a human.
For the simple fact, fuck the flicker.
We have other flicker cards that are just better than this, and it's not a human.
Yeah. He's kind of fallen off over the years in terms of a flicker dude, unfortunately.
Conjurer's Closet's an artifact that flickers. That's actually gettable with Boromir.
Yeah. If we
throw that in there.
If we can. We'll do some more cuts before doing that, because my weird like OCD about having over 100 cards is trying to kick in. So we'll cut a bit more and then I'll throw it in. Horn can give more humans. I don't think the artifacts need touched at all. Plenty of instants. That's great. Oh god, these cuts are getting a little close to home.
That's why I said the easy big cut would just be to get everything not a human. It would be easy to just go through and get rid of all of it.
I think
you can sideboard it.
I know.
We could grab it back later.
I know. I think I'll cut the clones because they're a little too.
Get rid of Pippin. It's a halfling, not a human. I know it can give pro for attacking, but it's not a human.
Well, and if we're running other things. Like if we're running Mother, then she can just give Pro the color. Then yeah. I just
we could get rid of Luminarch Aspirant. I don't know. 1/1/1 counter return might not be actually that much value considering
it's only
we're not a
one.
1/1 counters deck.
Well, there's another. I think there's another human that gives it to all your
Thalio's
creatures.
Lieutenant, but it gives it everything when it enters, and then it starts pumping itself.
Yeah, no, it's There's that. Yeah, Thalia's Lieutenant and Champion of the Parish are just so dumb together.
I know you like it, but I don't see what's the point of Captain of the Mists.
That's a good question.
I just don't see us spending the mana on his ability.
We also don't really have many things with tap abilities outside of Mother of Runes. Now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, we'll sideboard
it says permanent, so we could do a land, but why would we do that?
I know.
Right?
I just like the card.
No, it's a great card, and in a different deck, I'm sure it'd be absolutely amazing. But yeah, it just doesn't.
I've owned the card since I started playing the game, and I've yet to find a proper use for him, and it pisses me off. Indeed.
Oh my god. The wizard that you can tap another untapped wizard to control the draw cards or whatever.
Oh,
you make it like a human wizard.
Zombie.
Yeah, a human wizard tribal deck, and you could run her as the commander and put this in it. There you go. There's a way to use it. Congratulations.
If I didn't already run her in Adala, then absolutely. I keep looking at Soul Hoarder, to be honest. Soul Herder.
Yeah, no, Soul Herder. Get it out of there. Not a human. We cut your card you like, you can cut my card I like.
Okay, we're at 34 creatures now. Let's draw an example hand and see how that would run. So that's actually not a terrible starting hand. You got two lands.
Like
and
one of those
and...
cards would probably be a land because we're 17 cards over that aren't lands. So yeah. Like we would probably draw a land, or one of the cards in our hand would be replaced with a land because we're higher on non-lands right now. We're 17 over.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to. I like to draw test hands to see what would actually be worth keeping, but that's a good hand. Period. If I deal another hand, 3 lands, 2 ramp.
I'm down to cut all 4 enchantments because of the chances we're gonna shuffle them away with our commander.
Yeah, I'm not crazy on Folk Hero. Because like
let's
draw a card and it only happens once. No, goodbye.
Let's get rid of all of them. Even though I love True Conviction, I love Reflections of Lichara and Teleportation Circle. We're more than likely just to shuffle them away with our commander.
Unless we're running like an artifact enchantment like Biden of Thassa, but I don't really see that coming in handy too much. Like we can, the only thing about Bind of Thassa, like, it gets you card draw when you deal damage, but its effect, its activated ability, you make everything else attack. So like, if...
Yeah, I like Biden of Thassa because it's an artifact we can search up, we can grab with our commander though.
Right.
I also like the Indomitable, also an artifact we can grab with our commander, but I don't know how wide. Like, we have a lot of creatures, we might be going pretty wide, and we do have a bunch of Army in a Can cards, like Adeline and Silverwing Squadron.
And
so
we have...
Bident...
Yeah, we have ways to give evasion. We have plenty of evasion.
Yeah, so Bident and the Indomitable, I think, would be great adds.
Yeah. Hopefully I spell all that out. Excuse me. And if you really need to, you can crew it, so... 6/6 Trampler.
Yeah. How much does it cost?
It is $1.
Oh my god, that is insane.
Yeah, any of these, like, when you hit draw cards aren't much.
But why is it so cheap? It is so good. It's crew 3 for a 6/6 with trample that draws card. And you can cast it from your graveyard. Why is this card only... I mean, I'm glad it's only $1, but holy crap.
Oh shit, yeah, you can. 3 more tapped pirates and or vehicles. I never actually read that part. Yeah, I need that for my pirate deck.
Yeah. No, the Indomitable's actually wild. It's an insane card.
For as much value as the council can give, I think it can go because the tokens it creates aren't humans.
I don't care about the tokens being non-human, really. Like, we don't have a lot of things that care about humans when they're on the board, really. Our commander cares about them being humans in the deck. But, like,
True,
how much stuff
yeah.
do we care about being humans on the board? We have Thalia's lieutenant.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Like, yeah. I'm down to cut, like, Raph, Capuchin, Ship's Mage. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. I do like the ability to cast things at flash speed. Just because you can hold your mana up, you can make them think that you've got something gross to respond with, and then you go, no, I'm just gonna play a mana rock, screw it. Like, like that level of like uncertainty that you can inflict on people with a card like that. It's Azorius, it's control, it can do that. I'm almost wondering if, in terms of like where the top of our mana curve sits, because we're sitting at 6 in a lot of things. I'm trying to debate if by the time we even get to that much mana and over, if the temporal anchor is worth it. Yeah, wait, what am I saying? Yeah, because you scry something to the bottom and you can do that with lands, right? Exile.
Yeah, you can play cards. So
you
if you scry lands away, you can play them. Yep.
Okay, never mind.
Why it's so ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I retract my statement. I have not added Conjurer's Closet yet. Yeah, it's getting a bit tight because like we're running a lot of stuff that we would want to, and we don't want to go under 36 for a 4-drop commander. That's just asking for trouble. I think, yeah, I'll sideboard Artificer's Assistant. What do we got for 1-drops? We got the Soul Sisters.
If we cut all of the non-human creatures, including Artificer's Assistant, that's 5 cards.
So
gone easily.
So that's, yeah.
So that's Teshar, Guardian of Faith, Joyra's Familiar.
But see, we can get Joyra's Familiar with Boromir.
So true. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
That's the only reason I wouldn't want to cut that.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea to keep that one. I forgot.
Why aren't we running Solemn?
Because we're stupid.
We can get him with Boromir.
Oh my god, and because if we want to keep Teshar and also Savine's Reclamation, oh my god, Burnished Heart.
True, yeah. Yeah, the only problem with the artifact creatures here is we can't get them back with Teshar because it's 3 or less. But
Burnished Heart's 3 or less.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Solemn's gonna be great with a bunch of the flicker stuff.
Are there any human artifact creatures that would be good? Brea, sure. No, that makes Thopters, Master Transmuter. Oh god, Esper Sentinel. Yeah, right. Aethersworn Canonist. Each player has played a non-artifact spell. Can't play additional non-artifacts. Nurok Transmuter. That just makes something into an artifact. No, you're not an artifact. Unctus. Nah, we don't want Unctus for this. What are you? I don't know how to pronounce that. Flash Squad 2. When enters the battlefield, draw a card for 3, and you pay an extra 2, and you can put tokens that are copies of. Nah. Yeah, I'm not seeing really any good.
Belisarius Call.
Oh,
from Warhammer.
Oh, I'm not gonna spell this right at all, but I don't care. Belisario. What the fuck? Who the hell are you?
Belisar.
There it is. Human, legendary. Create 2 untapped artifacts you control. You get an Astartes Warrior. Tap X, look at the. You essentially scry with it. I don't like that. I don't hate that. Belisarius. Okay. Yeah. I don't hate that at all. He's probably not. Where'd you go? He's 50 cents. Let's see. Huh. What? Got Tashar. How's that worded? Return target creature with CMC 3 battlefield. Return target creature to the battlefield. We'll just type that in and see what we get. Because, like, I'm not disagreeing that Tashar might just be a cut due to not being a human, but I'd want to find something with a similar ability, because it is a good ability. So far, I'm finding his enchantments.
Sun Titan's just a better Tashar in this deck.
No,
it's also not a human. It's also broken. It's also probably my favorite white card.
Oh, absolutely.
We should just run Sun Titan. I know we can't hit it with our commander, but
what's like, the other one? What's Diet Sun Titan's creature type?
It's a giant.
Oh, Redemption requires a giant?
No, Redemption requires a vampire player.
Oh, okay.
We can run both of them. I mean, I know we'll miss them with our commander, but they're both so insanely good cards.
No, they are.
I just don't want to run non-humans because, like, we're not going to draw them. We're gonna put them on the bottom.
I know. Well,
like, you're never going to draw Tashar.
I know.
You're always going to dump it with the commander.
But you're also
every time.
But you're also going to dump it with Sun Titan too, right?
Yeah, you're also going to dump Sun Titan. Like, yeah, I want Sun Titan because it's a good card, but we're never going to play it because we're always going to be getting rid of it.
Okay,
and the only way we're going to not get rid of it is if we draw it with Mass Appeal, or if we have it in our opening hand, and we don't even want Sun Titan in our opening hand, probably.
No.
So, like...
Or we get lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so as it stands, every creature is either a human or an artifact, except for Guardian of Faith. We'll sideboard it. There we go. We'll sideboard it. Fuck, I love
Charming Prince I like because when we can play, we can bounce our commander. So that's really good. I'm down to cut Thraben and Novice Inspector. They're just not impactful enough.
I'm just trying to think, because we don't, like, I run a lot of decks where I run no 1-drops, and I don't want that. We have 3 with Mother and Soul Sisters. Yeah.
But we don't need either Thraben. We don't need the card draw from them because our commander is card draw.
I'll sideboard
it. Is Portable Hole an artifact?
Yes. It's a 2-drop artifact.
Is it? I thought it was a 1-drop. I thought it cost 1 white mana.
No, I think it's 1 and 1 white. I'll check. Artifacts. Portable Hole. Vertical. Oh yeah, it is 1 white.
Fetchable removal.
Yeah. Crap. How effective do you think Mangara would be? Because it's card draw.
Yeah, we can cut Mangara.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. I'd rather deck manipulation than card draw with this deck.
I like the Army in a Can cards, like File or Silverwing, whatever.
I agree. Because
I still don't like Wrath because it's probably going to be a 4-mana do nothing card in this deck. I feel we don't have a bunch of like super cheap interaction stuff. Like maybe we could dump a bunch of creatures on our end step, but I don't know. I would play it in the sense of flash it in on an opponent's end step, or if someone just board wiped and they're like, okay, I'm gonna go to end step, and you go, okay, I'm gonna flash out all this shit. Like, we're only running 36 lands. We're not running really any land ramps, so I just don't like if someone board wipes, I don't see it as a rebuild card in that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm undervaluing the card. Maybe I'm undervaluing Flash. It's just I get what you're saying. I've fallen victim to a lot of games where on everyone else's turn, I'm just left with my hands up my ass. And I hate that. I hate that feeling. Do we want to cut Elspeth or Time Wipe for like an artifact board wipe? Like a Niv disc or a Magus of the Disc? I know they'll blow up our board, but we can actually get them with our commander.
Yeah, we can get them out of our deck.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is there a board wipe that just shuffles shit back into the deck? Because that would be really... That's the type of board wipe we want. What's Days Undoing do? Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library that draws 7. No. Field into the library is what I'm looking for. Graveyard. Learn from the past. No, that's one card.
Find a card that does that.
Right? Like, there's... I think there's some green cards that do it, but... Hand and graveyard... Yeah, there's a lot of, like, hand and graveyard. If it wasn't such an expensive card, I would say Library of Lang, because if you do a looting effect, you discard it back to the top. But it's not an overly cheap card. Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot of shuffle your graveyard into your library, which I do think we would probably want.
Yeah, we can put in the Elixir of Immortality.
I think Elixir and Midnight Clock.
Yeah. I don't like Midnight Clock.
No. Well, if we're not putting any of the, like, enter the battlefield grave recursion card, like, creatures, we're gonna need ways to put the graveyard back in, right? Plus, Midnight Clock, it's a fucking mana rock that shuffles your graveyard back in, and you can get it with the commander.
Oh, do we want Pyre of Heroes?
Isn't it the one that lets you just go get fucking creatures of the same type or something like that?
Yeah, it's typal food chain.
Sack a creature, go.
Oh, birthing pod.
Oh,
it's typal birthing pod.
Yes, absolutely. Why didn't we think of that before?
Those were idiots.
Because you could just sack your tokens.
Get some 1-drops.
And you could do that at instant speed, right? No, it's sorcery. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's still really good though, and you can get it with the commander. We're still 15 over. These cuts are getting fucking hard. We got 24 artifacts and 31 creatures, which is a pretty good rate. I don't... Okay, who do we have? Adeline, we've got Hero Bladehold, we've got... Who do we all have that makes tokens aside from Silverwing Squadron? Faramir, both Faramirs can make tokens. Defiler of Faith. Does Arcade Ganon make tokens? No. But whatever name can make tokens. I'm kind of I'm kind of willing to cut Silverwing just because of the mana cost.
World Purge is the card you're looking for. Return all permanents to their owner's hand. Each player chooses up to 7 cards in his or her hand, then shuffles the rest.
Oh, God.
Oh, that hits lands. Never mind. We're not playing that.
It does.
I just realized what I was reading.
That's funny.
It does put stuff into people's library.
No,
we're looking for.
Right. It does.
Technically,
yes. The most technical.
I mean, being technically right is the best kind of way.
Because you're not wrong. Do we want to cut Mass Appeal? Since we don't really want to be drawing cards.
Get it out of there. I'm really not hot on anything that isn't a creature or an artifact right now because I'm just slowly realizing we're never going to see those cards. Ever.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be running a high amount of creature and artifacts.
Right.
So we're more likely to just draw them on the start of our turn. And then our commander is going to be shuffling away everything that isn't an artifact or creature, which makes it even likelier to just draw artifacts and creatures.
Right.
So I like the couple instants and sorcerers we have right now, but unless we start the game with them, we're probably not going to have them. Which is why I want to cut Time Wipe, Ironx's File Duplication, and Elspeth's Sun Champion. I don't like any of them.
What is it? We got Champions of Minas Tirith. Enters battlefield.
Yeah. It's my god, what the hell is it called? Ghostly Prison on a creature.
Yeah.
I think we should cut everything that isn't a human or an artifact if we're not happy seeing it in our opening hand, because that's the only time we're going to see it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see Elspeth in my opening hand. I don't want to see Ironcyde's Foul Duplication in my opening hand.
So we want to get rid of expensive. We want to get rid of high CMC
Time Wipe.
shit, then.
I don't want Time Wipe in my opening hand. I might be fine with Vile Duplication in my opening hand, maybe, but our 4-drop is our commander, so no. Because we want to be like 2 mana for, so turn 1 we play like a tap land, turn 2 we play an artifact, turn 3 we play our commander, and then turn 4 we're playing either like a creature we drew with our commander, or we attack with our commander first, and then we drop like a 3-drop creature and a 2-drop creature, or a 2-drop artifact, and then a 4-mana creature.
Oh, Coppercoat Vanguard. It gives all my humans. It gives all the humans Ward 1 except for him.
That's awesome.
And there's also Prince Immerhill that can make human tokens. We're not running a lot of extra card draw, but we are running the artifacts that can draw cards.
Do we want Herald's Horn? We have a third of the deck is humans.
Do we not already have
so
that?
Herald's Horn is a third of a card. And it's a cost reducer. I think we want Herald's Horn.
Oh yeah, I don't know why we didn't think of it till now. Wayfarer's Baubles. Oh, Frontlight. Oh, Frontlight Manic. That can give protection when you're attacking. When it and 2 other creatures are attacking, they get indestructible.
Oh, that's awesome.
Archivist of
Frontlight Manic's awesome.
Yeah, he's.
I don't like Archivist of Gondor.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the card till now, so
it's at the beginning of the Monarch end step that it makes the Monarch draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
So unless we're very good at protecting it, and there's going to be an errant flyer on the board, someone else is going to steal it from us.
Lauren.
I don't like giving other people cards. I know it's removal. It's fetchable. It's searchable removal. I was thinking about it earlier, but
what the fuck, Goldbug? Prevent all combat damage that be dealt to attacking humans you control.
It's an artifact.
It is. It's a transformer. That's great.
It's Dolmen Gate for our deck.
Oh,
that's crazy.
That's awesome. That's hilarious. I love that.
That is wild.
Oh, Weathered. Why are we running Weathered Wayfarer?
Because it's not that good, because it just puts it in our hand.
Yeah, but it's a human.
I don't think it's very good.
Okay, fine. If we don't want to run Lauren, what about...
Wait, Dauntless Dismantler.
There
Holy
you
crap,
go.
that card's amazing. Wait, how much does that card cost?
Not much. I bought it recently.
Are you sure?
It's 50 bucks. 50 bucks, 50 cents, yes.
Also, do you want to run Verge Rangers? It was right there on the screen. It was, I saw it when you were scrolling through EDHRec.
What the fuck did... Oh god, what has happened to the foot? How did I sort... Oh, by price. Name. Okay, just added that. V. You may look at top card of your deck anytime. As long as the opponent controls more lands than you can drop lands from the top of your library. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because then that gives more manipulation. Hello, giant ad. No, fuck you, Lavinia. Fuck you, Drandith Magistrate. Oh! Midnight Pathlighter. Creatures you control can't be blocked except by legendary creatures. And that's not enough evasion.
Adventures into the dungeon. I don't want it.
Regardless, it's a little too narrow of evasion for me.
But also I don't want venture in my non-venture deck.
No, venture into the dungeon is a lot less egregious than the initiative. We've been over this. IRF that can untap things for free.
Yeah, but
I know.
Good card.
It's
a good card.
Okay, we've already been over it since the sorceries.
Okay, we should go back to cutting cards. You're pulling a me right now, and maybe you should be pulling a you instead and cutting cards.
I was trying.
Right before we start cutting cards, though, we should put Condor's Closet in, and then we'll start cutting cards.
Cut cards, but let's add this.
Add this, then we'll start cutting cards. Cut long-term plans and frantic search. I don't think we need draw or tutors.
Yeah, we'll be going through enough things.
And frantic search as well. I don't think we need it.
Oh yeah, some discarding. We don't want but
I'm happy with Brainstorm though.
yeah, because it's putting it back
Because
into the
I'd
deck.
be happy to see that in my opening hand.
Yeah, it's putting it back into your deck. Like in terms,
Our curve is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of 3-drops, and we have 3 6-drops.
And 4 or 5 drops.
Archetype, Silverwing, and Temporal Anchor, 5 drops, Defiler, Council, Conjurer's Closet, Vanquisher's Banner. Like, see, part of where I get a little in terms of building 2 or more colored decks is when you get into the like really heavy 1 color pip cards. Like Temporal Anchor's great. The fact that it's 3 blue pips is bothering me, but I do want to keep it.
Yeah, but we're
good.
in a 2-color deck, so
I
by
know.
the time we hit 6 mana, we should be able to make 3 of each
I
color.
know. Yeah, everything we have is either a human or an artifact creature. So that's that.
Do we want to run braids?
No.
But we'll be drawing humans and artifacts every turn to cheat out. Like, we won't run out of cards.
You play braids, everyone else gets to do before you do, so no.
I know. Yeah, but if we run Raph, we could.
Oh, now
flash it
you
on the
like
ins-
Raph, do you?
No, I hate Raph so much. Cause it's dumb. I think Raph is just like a.
It's one of
Like,
those
why would we
cards-
run Raph instead of Vidalcan Orrery?
Because Vidalcan Orrery's probably going up in price by now. It's a cheaper alternative, and he's a human that you can get out with your commander. I know you can get artifacts, but if someone runs artifact removal, you need redundancy. So I don't hate the idea of Vidalcan Orrery. I'd ideally like to run both.
I hate both of them.
Oh, sucks.
How much does Vidalcan Orrery cost?
I think it's like $8 by now. Yeah, it's around 7. The Josh
So
Lee
it's
Kwai
way down in
effect.
price because it used to cost $20, but now the people realize Josh Lee Kwai made the card really hot for people. Then a lot of people realized it's actually not as good. It's really good for Josh because of his play style. It's
Right.
not good for everybody. People
Right.
thought the card was just a good card. It's not.
Uh-huh.
It's a great card in the right hands,
Right.
but it has to be in the right hands. It's not a generically good card.
I own 1 copy and I run it in my Brea deck for the simple fact that it's an artifact and I can hold mana open.
Yeah, well, with Brea, you can hold mana open for her ability.
Yeah.
Or flashing stuff out, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was a video that I commented on, I can't remember whose it was, and I pretty much said, like, I think it was actually one of the EDHRec cast videos, and he was saying, like, don't be afraid to cut strong cards. I have a real hard time justifying strong cards in decks that don't meet the theme. Like, I have 1 copy of Ristic Study. I run it in my Guafa deck because that deck's about taxing. I have no care to run it in any other decks because it doesn't fit the theme. I get why people run it. It's a really good card, but I'm really hard pressed to run cards like that if it doesn't meet the theme of the deck.
Ristic Study is probably the best commander card.
Oh, it absolutely is.
I do not know of a single card that is better than Ristic Study. There are some cards that are close, but I can't think of off the top of my head any card that is better than Ristic Study. Any cards that are close are also blue. Like Mystic Remora is pretty close. Esper Sentinel's pretty close.
Yeah.
Psych Rift is pretty close in power
Smothering
level.
Tithe.
Smothering Tithe, yeah, is pretty close in power level.
See, and those are all cards that I really, again, all 4 of those cards.
I don't like generically good cards. I find them boring.
Yeah, like all 4 of those cards, like Esper Sentinel, Mystic Remora, Ristic Study, and Smothering Tide, they all serve a similar purpose of taxing. So I would really only run those in my Guafa deck. But Mystic Remora, I run in Nekusar because Nekusar likes to draw cards. Like, the way I deck build, it has to fit the theme, or else I don't care to run it.
Yeah.
Like if we
Mystic Remora, good card.
It is.
I was playing my buddy's. I wanted to play some of my friend's decks, so I borrowed his, and he has Mystic Remora in his Muldrotha deck. Mystic Remora is not fair in a Muldrotha deck.
No, it's
let
not.
me tell you.
Nothing's fair in a Muldrotha deck.
I have a Muldrotha deck, and I love it. I'm not going to put Ristic Study in just for the sheer point of like, it is gross. I like Muldrotha. I like the loops you can get into with it.
In terms
But
of how
it's
the power creep is
oppressive
gone,
and
yeah.
degenerate. I will
Yes,
say that.
absolutely. Like in terms of how the power creep is gone, it's definitely one of the less egregious cards now, but it can still be a pain. Because
Well, there's a new card that was printed not too long ago that kind of gave the deck an unnecessary power up. It's a creature that for 2 mana it enters the battlefield, mill 3, then you can pay 4 and sack it, and then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I did see that in passing.
It's not fair in Muldrotha at all.
Okay, we got 17 more things we need to cut here.
All right.
Let's
Wrath gone.
Sort by mana value. I'm
Falcon
not
Orrery,
cutting.
also
I
gone.
am not cutting Wrath. Get out of here.
It's not a good.
It is
card.
a good card.
Okay, we're not gonna have mana open, ever.
Sure we will. You don't know
No,
that.
we won't. This deck is not designed around having mana open. We want to constantly dump everything out onto the board. We need board. This deck wins with board presence. It doesn't win by holding shit open.
But you can be put in a position where you'd have to hold it open. I just personally would rather hold it open, have everyone else waste their removal and interaction and stuff like that on each other's stuff, and then go, okay, I'm clear to play my stuff without worry.
I think we should also get rid of Pyre of Heroes, Kefnit's Monument, Midnight Clock. We do not have a lot of... We have 1 blue creature. Everything else is a white creature. We have mostly just white. So Kefnit's Monument, I'd like to cut. Also Midnight Clock, because 3 mana rocks, not a fan of. And it takes forever for Midnight Clock to actually pop. So
no,
I don't
does.
like either of them.
You can bump it if you have the mana open to do it. But
yeah, but like if we're spending mana on putting our counters on Midnight Clock, we're probably losing that game.
Well, but that is a position you can be put into, right? I definitely don't disagree with Kefnet's Monument. My whole mentality with that is just that
The thing is,
it helps with the commander.
we're never going to have a bunch of mana and then nothing to do with it, because our commander is getting us cards to spend the mana on. So cards that are just sitting around that are like could be a mana sink are not going to be good, because our commander is the mana sink by drawing us cards.
No, I don't disagree.
So yeah,
and because
so
it's
for that
card
reason,
draw, it gets around like Shieldred type effects and Narset.
yeah, it's like an Esh where it's or Factor Fiction, right? It puts it into your hand. It's not card draw, so that's great. I do want to get rid of Pyre of Heroes, because sacking our creatures to replace them, I don't know.
But
I'm not a fan of in
if you're
this deck.
sacking the tokens.
Yeah, but
The problem
we only have 5 1-drops.
No, I know.
One of them we don't even want to be on the board. We want to draw it with Boromir so we can cast it.
Giant Killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. No, like I'm following kind of the same thought process. Now I got to think, how many of our creatures actually make human tokens? Because that's a factor.
That's a good point. So yeah, cut Pyre, because a lot of them don't make humans.
Yeah.
Cut Lightning Greaves. We don't want Shroud on our commander, because we want to be able to target it with like the Brainstorm or the Cloud Shift, Ephemerate, some other bounce stuff. I would cut Greaves. I know it's a generically good card, but
no, I know that. I just feel like this is very much combat focused as opposed to
I guess
last
giving
time.
him haste would be fine, because then we're drawing a creature. We can cast that creature and move the boots off him. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Do we want to cut Vank Banner? Would you rather have a different creature out? Like, would you rather have one of our 5 or 4 drop creatures instead of Vanquisher's Banner on the board? Because I think I would. If the option was one of our 5-drop creatures or 4-drop creatures over Vanquisher's Banner when we're given the 6 cards to look at from Boromir, I would probably almost always grab that creature, because the card draw from Vanquisher's Banner is not going to be as important as the... This is an aggressive. This is an aggro azorius deck.
It is.
So
I'm just
an
trying.
ag-az deck. So
I think I'm gonna cut Prince Emerhill. We're not gonna be drawing much.
Prince
so
Emerhill, get him out of
can
there.
go. Yeah. We'll get rid of Vank Banner. We'll keep the Indomitable, but we'll get rid of
Yes,
Biden.
keep the Indomitable, because it's cheaper, and also a lot of our tokens that aren't humans to combat that way.
Right.
We can crew it if we want to.
Yep.
If we have like 3 1/1s, we turn them into a 6/6 to trample. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'll cut Biden to keep Indomitable.
Yeah,
seems
I'm
fitting.
cool with that.
portable hole can be.
I
Just
really
easier
like Horn of
removal.
I really like Horn of Gondor.
Yeah, the horn. Yeah, the horns are
The
good.
threat it applies is great.
Oh, absolutely. You can dump out more tokens with it.
Soul Warden is a human cleric. I'm 95% sure.
Soul Warden? Yeah, it's right. Where'd you go? I didn't remove her. Where the fuck did you go?
I know,
Yeah,
but
that's right there.
the card just says
Cleric. Oh yeah, it's
cleric. So I'm just making
switch
sure.
printing, historic anthology, human cleric. Yep. Here
Okay,
we'll use the list printing. There we go. And
Yeah.
Soul's Attendant's also a human.
Perfect.
Let's see. Yeah, we're at 36 creatures, and we have 12 more cuts to make. Are there any?
I'm down to cut 6 more creatures or 1 more creature. 30 to 35, somewhere in there. I'm down to cut 1 to 6 more. I keep scrolling past them, and I want them gone.
That's
Fucking.
So you keep looking at.
I'm down to cut Palace Jailer because it's a temporary removal effect. If someone steals the monarch from us, it comes back. So I'm down to get rid of Palace Jailer.
Or if someone board wipes, then he's just gone.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go back to names. This is screw moving. There we go. Palace
I
Jailer.
always do mana value.
I do, but if I'm looking for a certain card, I don't always remember the mana value, so I'd rather just know the name. See, you keep looking at Wrath. I keep looking at Silverwing Squadron. I also keep looking at the Council of Four.
I think Silverwing and the Council of Four are going to just be such insane value.
No, I agree.
So I think at like value per card, because we're going to be drawing 1 extra card a turn, the value, and because we're not drawing a lot of cards, each individual card needs to hold a lot of value because we're going to win through high value humans.
Enough. And also this Boromir can draw us a card if they didn't attack me.
Yeah, if they didn't attack you, there's another one. So yeah, so if people attack us, he's an army and it can, or card draw.
It's shallow. It's shallow enough. It's shallow enough card draw that we can. I do because it's options and either of them suits us, and it makes a human token.
Oh my god, Farmer Steward of Gondor.
Yeah.
If we ever cast him before Boromir, we become the monarch.
Yeah, and beginning your end step, if you're the monarch, you make human tokens. And if you're not, whatever. Like, I wish we could justify running the other Defiler, but he really has no synergy with
it's a Sphinx, unfortunately. Yeah. And we don't have enough blue permanents for it to actually be good. Yeah.
We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue creatures, and 8 out of 9 of them are also white. So, and then like where we're heavy in blue is our instance. We've got 6, but we also have 8 white instance. So it's fairly white heavy. The only parts where it's like blue heavy is the Temporal Anchor and Archetype. So that's whatever.
The cards I'm looking at cutting most right now are like Midnight Clock, Thalia's Lieutenant. Honestly, I don't know.
Enters the battlefield. Counters on each.
I mean, maybe that's good enough. But I don't know.
It's one of those cards that, like, it's almost a better card if you draw it later.
Yeah, it's a cheap card you want later, but I don't know.
I do see your point. It's
also some of our token makers aren't humans.
Most of them aren't humans. Like we got both
like none of them are humans. So yeah, I think that lowers the value of.
We've got both Faramir's that make human tokens. Adeline makes human tokens.
Silverwing, Council, Defiler don't.
Yeah. Well, Defiler makes. Oh no, it's just a soldier. That's so stupid that like those creature types are most humans.
Keeper isn't human. Hero Bladehold aren't humans.
No. Yeah, pretty.
Belisarius Call aren't humans.
No. But you can get stuff out of your deck with the creatures that you can tap with him, which is similar to Boromir's thing. It's almost redundancy in that level. Like, you know what? More than I think about it now, it's redundancy, but it's kind of bad redundancy, because if you use his ability and you can only get an artifact with him and the rest have to go to the bottom, so if you use his ability and you try and look through cards, all those cards have to go to the bottom, and now you can't do that with Boromir. So you might
I was thinking about just using his top ability to make creatures.
True.
I would never use his second ability. We can get rid of them though. They might be really way too slow for what we're trying to do.
It might be too slow. It might screw with what we want to do.
Yeah.
Because you might be tucking away cards that you want with Boromir.
I'm down to cut Goldbug.
Really?
Well, because when you cast your second spell per turn, he flips. And it's not a mag.
Ah, but another reason.
So we'd have to attack.
Oh, but you know what? His flip side's really good. Human spells you control can't be countered.
I don't know how often our human spells are going to get countered.
It's Commander.
I
know you.
The last time
I know you don't run counter spells.
No, I know,
but
I don't know. I was just playing. I went to the face-to-face games like Commander, like just Magic event they had the other day. And yeah, I did not see a single counter spell the entire time I was there. And I played over 6 games of Commander.
Well,
with different people every time. Well, and I didn't see a single counterspell. Well, maybe that's just because of the group I was with.
It could have been. But the thing with Goldbug, and I'm gonna call you on your hateful Raph speaking ways. Yeah, if you cast your second spell each turn, okay, you cast one spell, leave some mana open past the turn. On their end step, with Raph out, flash out a human. You can time your cast so you don't flip Goldbug.
I think you just end up casting all of your creatures during second main, honestly, is how you would do it. You untap, upkeep, draw, go to combat, second main, cast all your stuff.
I don't know. I would keep Goldbug, to be honest.
The more I think about it, I would too, because we're going to be wanting to cast all of our stuff in second main anyways, because we get to see all the cards, because Boromir and Indomitable and stuff. So yeah, we're going to have the most options to cast stuff during second main. So yeah, Goldbug just reinforces that.
I also just know the amount of times I've either been wiped, spot removed, or wheeled my shit away, and I have no way to respond to it. So that's part of why I'm so like hardcore on Raph. Like, we've established we both play very different play styles. You like to get everything out on board. I like to hold things back in case something happens. I like to play reactively because I've been screwed a lot of times when I haven't played reactively.
Yeah. But this is an aggressive deck.
No,
you
it
afford
is.
To play reactively.
It
you
is.
Have to be proactive.
But also think about it too. You know, you go around the table, the player right before you on their end step, you flash out your creatures, cool, you can attack with them as soon as your next turn. Flash out your commander, cool, attack with them right away. You don't have you don't have to worry about summoning sickness, right? We don't have anything in here outside of the boots and the greaves that gives haste. So it's kind of pseudo haste that way, is part of how I'm looking at it.
We need to cut 11. We need to cut what, 10 cards?
10 cards, yeah.
And I just don't see the value of Flash in this deck. I don't. I really do not see the value of being Flash speed in this deck.
Well, if I haven't convinced you by now, then...
Like, I understand it in other decks, sure, but in an aggro deck, I don't understand why you would want to be at Flash speed in an aggro deck. I think Joyous Familiar is even too slow for this deck, personally.
4-drop. We don't have any way to reduce its cost. Yeah.
It's just...
No, I agree.
Every individual card should be a problem when it hits the board.
I agree.
And the cards that aren't a problem when they hit the board, I feel are just not going to be worth... We see 6 cards. right?
Yep.
With our commander, we are going to pick the creature or the artifact, most likely the creature, honestly, in this deck,
Yeah.
that is the highest value in that moment. And
No.
I don't see that ever being Wrath in a gajillion years.
So what I'm hearing is I need to build this deck, and then we need to play a game, and then I need to shun the non-believer. Okay.
It's just like...
Do we want to dip into our instant pool at all? Are we happy with what's here?
Sure. Let's cut Resculpt. It makes a 4/4 that can block our commander. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Pongify is expensive. Cut it. It's $10. We can cut it.
I'm just really hard pressed to cut anything that's that cheap in mana cost.
We can cut Cloud Shift because it's just worse than Ephemerate. I know there's
Ephemerate
redundancy and all that, but it's just worse.
Ephemerate's a 2-in-1.
And then...
And I think we've got it. I think we've got enough flicker redundancy without focusing on a flicker theme. Because we got Closet, we got Ephemerate, we've got fucking, where do you go? Charming Prince. That's really it. There's like a few flicker pieces, but oh yeah, there's OG. Yeah, we have enough flicker. I don't want to run a lot of flicker in this. I'm trying to stray away from that and make this more combat focused.
Cut Burnished Heart. We don't have recursion for it anymore. We just have Sabines.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I find Burnished Heart clunky.
I love Burnished Heart. I played in a lot of decks, but just I play it in decks where the commander costs 6.
Yeah.
Or 5.
Right.
Because you can afford to run it in decks like that. When your commander costs 4 or less, you want to be getting your commander out on turn 3.
Absolutely.
Or even turn 2. So Burnished Heart's good in the decks where your commander costs 5 or 6.
Yes. Yeah. Following that mentality, then, do we want to be brave enough to cut Solemn? Or do we think he's still way too much of a value engine?
I want to keep Soulstone just because we have OG and Ephemerate, and we also have Conjurer's Closet.
Okay.
And we could throw a Helm of the Host on him, honestly, if we wanted to. Like...
Yeah, no. Now we're thinking alike. I like that mentality.
And while we're thinking alike, you can agree with me to cut Wrath.
I will not agree with you.
I
I know you don't, but it is, we'll use that.
Do we want to cut Faramir, Prince of Ilthen, because it gives our opponents the choice, and I don't like that?
Not really, because it's a choice for us. It's a choice that benefits us either way. If they attack us, we draw a card. If they don't, we get more creatures. So you can...
if they don't attack us,
whichever.
If they don't attack us, because the wording is so weird. But if they don't attack us, we draw a card.
If they do, we get tokens.
Yeah.
No, I want to keep them. I like...
Oh, we also get to choose an opponent. So if one person's attacked us, we get to make the 3/1/1s. If no one's attacked us, we don't get to make 3/1/1s. So never mind. I didn't read the card.
Reading the card explains the card.
Sure does.
Yeah, no, like if you want the card draw, you can pick an opponent that has no creatures on board and just go, cool, I'll draw a card.
Frontline Medic is weird. What the hell?
I love Frontline Medic. Frontline Medic's always been good. Steward of Gondor. Here. Okay. What I'll do so we can come to a compromise. I will sideboard Wrath. And then at some point, I'll either build this deck or I'll try it on untap, and I will shun the non-believer. But for now, I will sideboard him.
I just...
I know. I do not agree with...
An aggressive strategy? That makes no sense.
I don't agree with you, but I will...
If you were going to play this deck less aggressively, then sure. I don't see how this deck wins without being hyper aggressive.
Because pseudo haste.
But we have to spend a turn doing nothing because it costs 4 mana.
It depends on what state of the game you're in. If you, let's say, okay, you go into your turn, and you go through your turn, you go through the motions, and someone spot removes Boromir, or they fucking like they either spot remove him or they throw like fucking what's that card called, the one that turns it into an elk, the aura. You basically render him useless. Okay, so what can we do? We wait to see what else happens, and then you wait till everyone expends their resources so they can't either counter you or spot remove you or do anything in instant speed, and then you drop your stuff back in.
Yeah, I think this deck, if our commander ever gets Darksealed Mutationed or Elked, I think this deck just falls apart and can no longer win the game.
Well, we have a decent amount of removal. We have Devout Chaplain.
Do we want to put in the what's her face, Lorn of the Third Path, just to be able to deal with an artifact enchantment in case our commander does get elked?
Oh, now you want her?
Well, now that I'm thinking about
Borin.
it, that card just folds our deck in half, and then we do nothing. I don't see those cards super often, but when I do see a Darkstone Mutation, I get very mad.
Yeah, and that's part of why I like playing on untap, is because no one's bought the cards, no one's built the deck, so you see everything. And there's been a lot of times where someone's like, oh, you really care about your commander? Cool, don't care. Let's turn it into a bug. Like,
do you want to cut Conjurers and Temporal Anchor because there's so much mana? I like Conjurers a lot, but I'd be down to cut Temporal Anchor. It is so much mana.
And by that,
it's 6 mana. We're waiting for our upkeep to do anything.
We'll sideboard
it falls under the same category of Wrath, where it's like it's 6 mana and it does nothing when it hits the board. It's not really a threat. It's incremental value, but I don't think that it'll increment enough value.
See, part of my mentality with Wrath and why I kind of have such a tight grip on him is I have actually won games with Wrath on Arena because I play Joda the Unifier, and someone was like, okay, I'm gonna screw with your shit. I'm like, okay, cool, play Wrath. And because I had a bunch of creatures out, and I had, I think, whatever the enchantment was that turns your creature to Cryptolith Right. I had a bunch of creatures out, Cryptolith Right. I just went Wrath, and because of Joda's ability, it got me out another human, dropped them out. I had a thing that gave haste. I tapped all my creatures, just dumped out a crap load of humans, and then went to my turn and killed them. So that is where something like Wrath is useful, is when someone's like, okay, I just screw with you, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna flash in a bunch of stuff that you can do nothing about now.
Let's cut Verge Rangers. I'm good. Okay. I feel like swapping out Lauren for Verge Rangers because we added a card, so let's take out that one. The 3-drop for 3-drop, and Lauren is just better here.
Yeah.
We also don't really care if Lauren dies, because it's like we're not probably going to be using it to draw cards very often.
And she's already served her purpose. She can play politically, and I have used that to help me win games before.
Absolutely.
But
this person's in last place. You're like, hey, whatever you draw there, if it's removal, you're not allowed to use it on me. Like,
or if this person has a huge board, but they have an empty hand, you can go, cool, I'll let you draw a card if you don't swing that at me. Like,
yeah.
We have 4 more cuts to make. I'm willing.
Thalia's Lieutenant. Knight of the White Orchid. It's 2 white pips. It's going to be hard to cast before we get our commander out, and we're definitely never going to be picking that with our commander.
I like the ability to be able to get lands out of your decks so you don't flood, but I'm still looking at like the 6-drops. Like I get like Silverwing Armenian kind of thing. Archetype is just great evasion by that
Archetypes,
point.
Yeah, no, Silverwing Archetype.
Bastion.
The thing about Council of 4 is we're going to be drawing so many cards. We're going to be drawing an extra card every turn with Boromir, so we're always going to be able to hit. Like, we're looking 6 cards deep. We have 30 creatures and 20 artifacts. We're always going to be able to hit.
We're not drawing cards with Boromir. We're just looking at them. That doesn't count as card draw.
No, I'm saying for the player casts their second spell each turn, that part.
Yeah,
we're always going to be double spelling on our turn. every turn of our turn that we're going to be double spelling probably. So just I feel like that part of it's going to be great.
Oh,
and then the
is
incremental value
yeah.
off our opponent's going to be insane.
Oh, I've
stupid.
I've ran away with games because of the council. Like in the gameplay video where there was 3 of us, part of why I won is because everyone was playing a bunch of spells and I just got a bunch of night tokens and I was like, cool, swing.
I think Arcade Ganon's going to be really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know these last few cuts they're clutch.
I just keep looking at Thalia's and not liking it. Thalia's Midnight Clock are the 2 I'm looking at most right now.
I'd be more about cutting Midnight Clock if we could find something else that shuffles the graveyard into the
We already
library.
have one. We have Elixir of Immortality.
Yeah, but something aside from that. We don't want just one.
Why? Elixir shuffles itself back in. We can use it infinite amount of times. And you can, and if someone tries to remove it in response, you can tap it to activate it.
I wish there was a land that did that.
Just Felden's Cane. One mana do it.
Yeah.
It's better than Campfire because it's 1 mana and then do it. Elixir of Immortality shuffles itself back in, which is why it's worth the extra mana to do it.
I know.
But Felden's Cane for... Oh, I was cutting Midnight Clock to help us get lower on numbers. You brought us back up one. I understand having the 2 effects, though. Makes sense.
Is that printing? Yeah, I just don't want
the host.
one of it.
Helm of the Host costs 9 mana.
It's a little too much. I agree.
It costs 9 mana.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Yeah, we're not running things I can cheat equipments on. In terms of our ramp, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 pieces of artifact ramp.
Soul Ring, Way, Arcane, Azorius, Marble, Mine, Sky, Talisman, Thought Vessel.
And then the cost reducers.
And then I'm thinking of the 2 mana stuff because to get our commander out, and then Night of the White Orchid. So we have 10 cards that can get our commander out on turn 3. Yeah, let's get rid of Lost Captain.
Something Captain. Yeah, that's a difficult word.
Arc. Instead of Luminarch, it's Lawsonarch.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that.
And then 3 cards left, which will be 2. So Thalia's Lieutenant and
sideboarded.
I don't know what the and is. I really don't. Wow, this is fucking impossible.
Well, because we're running such white,
do we want to cut Savines? We have Felden's Cane and Elixir to shuffle stuff back in. We're never going to see Savines.
Yeah.
My problem with the instants and sorceries is we're never going to see them unless they're in our opening hand.
No, I know.
Do you want Savines in your opening hand? I don't.
Not really.
Ravenforn I'm happy with in our opening hand because we can foretell it if we want to, or we can just cast it.
Dismantling
like every other instant or sorcery, I'd love in my opening hand.
Oh, absolutely.
Except for Savines.
Yeah.
No, and we're also not running Burnished Heart anymore.
No, we're not. Yeah.
And Boromir doesn't put stuff into the graveyard. He puts it on the bottom of the library.
Uh-huh. Let's see.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Is it a random order? Damn it. So.
Well.
Yeah, but.
We're at 100 now. So I think...
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, we're done. Good. Lock it in. When we're talking about it, we're done.
Okay, cool. Now how does our curve look?
Looks fine.
Looks awesome. That's it.
Oh, crap.
That's
We're only running 35 lands, I just realized.
What? How? What?
Because Maze of Ith isn't a land.
No, there's... Well... We can cut Maze of Ith. I don't really care.
I'm fine with running 35. I just realized we're only running 35. If it were me, I would add an extra plains and an island and find 2 more other cards to cut. And run a real, and run 30, what would that be? 37 lands, yeah.
Well, what if we cut 1 card and add a plains? because we got rid of the really heavy blue pip like we got rid of the Templar Anchor, so we don't have like a 3 blue pip card anymore. We're still heavier on white,
I want to cut Myriad Landscape.
Yeah.
Because we never want to see it.
That and it's slow as shit.
Yeah, but like for a 5 or a 6 mana commander, it's a lot. Myriad Landscape and Burnish Heart are the same card for me.
Right.
Where like for a 5 or a 6, sure. 4 or less, I don't want it. I used to be a lot higher on the card. I'm way less high on it now.
Right. Okay, idyllic range. I was originally considering Mystic Sanctuary, but we don't want to be putting instants and sorcery.
No, we're not going to have stuff in our graveyard to get back. And it's going to be on top of our library. We're going to get rid of it anyways.
Yeah. Unless we, yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to add an island, we'll go to 37 lands for a true 36.
I added
to find 1 card to cut. Oh,
I
you
added
did?
Plains.
Why doesn't this update quicker?
I don't know.
I meant no, add another island to go 7 and 7. And then we'll be 36 lands, a true 36. And we find 1 more card to cut.
But do we... Well,
I want 36 lands. Our commander costs 4.
No, I
and
know.
our curve is like around the 3-4 range.
I'm just trying to think of where else to cut it from, because we got 20 artifacts, 12 instants, 2 sorceries, and 29 creatures. So even the creature count's a little low.
Longify costs $10.
Yeah, and it's not like we're not running removal on other things.
There we go.
Yeah, we can do that.
The deck's a lot less straightforward, so we have a lot more creative differences.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
And by creative differences, I mean I was right, and I had to get you on my side.
Listen here. Listen the fuck here, boy.
It's not my fault you like bad cards like Wrath.
Right
This
now,
deck's
sorry.
pretty solid. The only thing I would change is make Sarah Ascendant cost like $15 and then put it in the deck. Because that card is 1 mana 6/6. It's a human.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
I think we got this pretty good. It's definitely it's got a good curve. This is a fucking dumb hand. You drop 2, you drop your signet. How does this have so few decks built? There's 79 decks around him.
Lord of the Rings card, and and the other Boromir is just better in the 99.
No, I agree, but like...
So people just glossed over it probably. That's what happens. There's so many cards and sets come in. There's 300 commanders every year.
Yeah,
the good ones are going to be glossed over. Oh, we did it.
We did it.
Good deck.
I'm pretty content with this.
Yeah, me too.
If you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, deck's fun. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. It'll be down in the description. That's manasplained. I don't know when this is coming out, but there'll probably be a commander deck that I posted close to around when this comes out. Probably, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And from here going forward, I forgot to mention in the intro, Connor will be part of this series full-time. So if you like him more than me, then I don't know. I don't have words for that. But yeah, no, if we're all content with this, and if you enjoyed the video, feel free to wrap that like button and tap that subscribe button. Practice safe gameplay, and I bid thee farewell and good fortune.
Peace.